I looked into a master's. I was like, I've always wanted to be a businesswoman, but I had no knowledge. I applied for the course. I told them about my business idea. It was my diabetes app. And they said, look, you've got no business background, but we're actually getting you on this course purely because of your business ideas. So I had to work. It wasn't like a simple application. I was on this course with like 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds. Some of them were even like millionaires. Like, you can actually do anything if you just put your mind to it.
So, today on the Woman Weapon podcast, we have Lydia B, who is an entrepreneur. I'm really excited to get to chat to Lydia today. And I just know she's going to bring some wisdom to the table. I'm currently waiting for her to have a cuppa. And then we can start. I'm Rachel Eliza. If you don't already know, thank you for tuning into the Woman Weapon podcast. I'm very excited. Come on, Lyd. Let's be having you.
Hey, Rach, how are you?
I'm good, my love. How are you?
I'm okay. I mean, doing the best I can with this lockdown. How are you?
Yeah, I'm quite a home person. So, like, being told to stay inside isn't really hard for me.
Yeah, I'm with you on that as well. Like, I also love staying at home. The only thing that I don't like about it is just not being able to see friends and family. That's the bit of it. But other than that, I'm with you too. I love being at home.
Yeah, and I just like having my own time to like just do me, work on my things. You've been working on a lot of things. Lashes Unleashed.
Thank you. Yeah, you know what? I needed to keep busy. Lockdowns enabled me to just work on me, a bit like you.
Yeah.
So it's even it got me to explore parts of me that I didn't know I had.
Right. So we met on the Ghana Boys video shoot, and I knew, like, we were chatting to you, I was just like, she's a good egg. I was like, no, I'm gonna get along with this one. I obviously followed you after that on Instagram. I was like, oh my goodness, she's everything I've ever wanted to be, like, with your businesses and just your work ethic. Obviously, you're absolutely gorgeous. I was like, this girl is onto something.
Oh no, that's really lovely. And honestly, even when I was at the Ghana Boys video, I was also drawn to you. And as well, I'm not an experienced heels dancer. And when I could see you dance so effortlessly with the other girls, I was like, oh my God, Lydia, don't panic, just do it. And you were really comforting. You were telling me, I think you were giving me some techniques. But no, yeah, that was a fun day actually. But I'm just grateful because in my whole 22 years of life, I've met so many people and I've never felt the urge to do a video with them. Like, oh, they're not, do you know what I mean? But like, I just met you last year and I was like, yep, she's the one.
So, oh, that means everything to me.
Oh, no, you're really good. I'm even like shocked that I haven't seen you before.
Oh, that is so nice. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. I think with the dance industry as well, though, there's so many people who deserve so much more recognition than what they have, and it really is like a right place, right time kind of thing.
100%.
You know, like, I know so many people who I'm like, you just deserve every opportunity, but they haven't had their chance yet. And it's frustrating when you know those people and you just want them to have their moment. And then, you know, like, once you have your time, you're just going to take off.
Yeah. You've got to even just protect your own mental state and how you are as a person. And like, I think this last year, COVID actually taught me that your mental health is a bit like a game. So if you wake up and you say, well, F my life, COVID's got me locked in, or this, that, you've kind of already spoken that into existence. You've already set the negative tone for that day. But if you wake up in the mornings and you're like, oh my God, what a beautiful day today, oh my God, this happened, then you're just bringing it into fruition. Like, I always see as if I don't get an opportunity, or I'm like, it's okay, God either wanted something better for me, or he thought, no, you know what, let's practice a bit more. Like, I don't want you this next one, you know?
Yeah. So Lashes Unleashed launched 1st of January. How's that all going so far? And why did you start to do that?
So, yes, it launched on New Year's Day, and how it's going well. I mean, the first few days sales were booming. Now it's slowing down a little bit, but to be fair, it was expected, especially with a lockdown. I guess people are gonna be like, "Why would I need lashes?" However, my intake on it was the fact that I really just wanted another stream of income, and another side of it was, lashes for me, anyways, is part of my everyday makeup routine. And
Mm.
I personally struggle finding lashes that suit my eye shape, or just lasts long enough, because I used to wear, well, when I was in uni, I used to live next to Primark. I'd spend £5-6 on a pair of lashes and then they'll die. I'm thinking I'm actually wasting so much money doing it like this, whereas if I just went and invested in a product that I know that will last well, like these, like, I mean, the most expensive pair I have on my website is £10.99. I even thought, ooh, bit pricey, but I was like, you know what, no, because I actually took pride in finding products that are quality products.
Mm.
And to be honest, like, I'm a girly girl, I like wearing makeup, I like
Yeah.
lashes, and if I'm being honest, it was a bit random. Like, I had the idea in November. I said to my friends, like, oh, should I start selling lashes? They were like, oh, Lydia, okay, do what you want to do, but are you serious? Like, a lot is gonna go into it. And to be fair, I underestimated how much goes into it, because
Mm.
obviously there's supplies. You got to find the right suppliers, then you got to find the packaging, then you got to get it shipped here, then even
Mm.
just the simple from my house to your house. I was thinking, oh my god, I need the packaging to be right, I need to have a thank you note,
Yeah.
everything needs to come 10 out of 10. But you know what, it's worth it, because for me, if I'm going to do anything, it's going to be 100% me, and it has to be 10 out of 10, otherwise it's
Yeah.
just not going to work.
Yeah, you have to be really happy if you're putting something out there with your name on it.
100%.
And the branding is amazing. I love the branding.
So as the weeks have gone on, so many people have actually said to me, like, you need to do some form of education and marketing. Like, I've had so many DMs about, Lydia, how did you do this? Like, I'm sure you've seen my videos that I've been making. People are like, oh my god, Lydia, how? Someone said, did you make this website? Because can you make mine? I'm like, oh my god, these are things that I've never actually considered.
Yeah.
But like I said earlier, it's kind of unlocked this creativity that I never knew I had, really.
So that's a great skill then that you've acquired. And like you say, you can then pursue those kind of avenues. People are wanting it, they're asking for it.
Yeah.
So that's great. And you done your masters, or you're doing your masters?
Yeah, so it was a funny one. I have finished my masters now, it's done. Obviously, I was meant to finish the September that's just gone, but obviously Corona kind of happened in March. We were told to go home from uni, so it was like a short-lived masters. So
Okay.
from March all the way right up until September, I was doing my masters at home, and it was probably the hardest thing ever, because I'm one of them typical people, like, I need to be in the right environment to do work. Like, I can do it, but doing work at home was mission impossible, man. Like, it
Yeah.
was hard. Like, I had my TV, and then I would pretend that I'm hungry just so I could avoid my work. Like, that was probably my biggest challenge last year, was to complete my masters. I have finished it, thank God. What I was frustrated about, though, I was 1 mark, as in 1 mark away from a first overall. And as much as, like, it doesn't matter, at the end of the day, I'm grateful I've got the masters, but I really wanted to just finish education like I got a first.
Yeah. Oh, that's gutting.
Yeah, it's gutting, but I am really proud, because, considering we did it during a pandemic,
Yes.
it's just been tough overall, but I'm grateful regardless, because to get through a master's degree is really hard. Like, I thought third year was crazy, masters was even harder, so I am proud and happy. So yeah.
Yeah, you should be proud of yourself. And it was like a business course or marketing,
Yeah,
or
basically the course was called Innovation Management and Entrepreneurship, a very
oh,
fancy way of saying business management, basically. So just a bit of background of why I did that course. So I actually studied criminology before I did my masters. So
oh, okay.
when I finished A levels, I actually wanted to do drama, like performing arts. That's my life. Like, growing up, all I did was performing arts. Like, I love drama, I love acting, I love dancing, sing, everything. Cool. So when it got to picking my uni degree, I mean, in my household, my mum and dad always advised me, like, look, we know you're really good at drama. Like, that was always straight A star in school. But they were like, that's more of a hobby. Do something that's a little bit more academic and always go back to drama. Like, don't give up on it. Just have it as a side kind of thing. So I kind of listened to that and I found criminology, which I actually enjoyed. So it wasn't like I was in uni doing something I didn't like. But then you get into a bubble when you're in uni, right? You're so distracted by uni life, party life, and just uni in general, that when it came to graduating, which was in third year, when in 2019, I finished uni, I was like, oh my God, I don't want to do this. Like, it was like a ball, like hit of reality came to me, and I thought, wow, it's now time for me to enter the real world. Can I really see myself doing a 9-5 in this field? And it was kind of sad because I just thought, wow, I should be happy. I just finished 3 years of uni. Like, I should be celebrating. And it was weird because some of my course mates had already gone and found jobs. I had other mates, they were like, yeah, I'm just going to take a gap. But they all seemed so like they had a plan. I was the only one like,
right.
This is a bit of a funny story. So that summer, 2019, rather than looking for a job or working or just being a bit more serious, I literally had the craziest summer of my life, as in, I was like, you know what, Lids, I've just finished uni. I'm going to just live my best life. So
yes.
I was just going out. It was the best summer ever. To be fair, 2019 for everyone seemed like the best summer ever. Bless my dad. He booked a holiday to Spain, right? And he actually booked a holiday to Magaluf, and it was the most embarrassing thing ever because he thought he booked an area where it was non-party island, right? But he picked a hotel, a party destination holiday, and I'm going on holiday with my mum, dad, and my brother to Magaluf. It was not until I went on that holiday, I was sat on a beach, and it just hit me like, wow, life. Like, Lydia, what are you gonna do? Like, it was late August. You know, September's coming. Usually September's the time of the year, well, because I was so academically in this structure of, well, you know how September's obviously the start of the new year, isn't it? So I thought, wow, this is it. Nothingness, what's going on? Then I looked into a master's. I was like, you know, I've always wanted to be a businesswoman. I've always wanted to have my own thing, but I had no knowledge. I have no business background, and I was really grateful and lucky to have found a course that you did not need to have any business background. However, you needed a business idea to do the course, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Long story short, let me just fast forward. I applied for the course. I told them about my business idea, which was actually not the lashes. It was my diabetes app, which I'll talk about in a minute. And they really loved it. And they said, look, you've got no business background, but we're actually getting you on this course purely because of your business idea. It's really good. If you prove to us that you're willing to work, like you're on this course. So I had to do interviews. So I had to work. It wasn't like a simple application. It made me realize, yeah, you know what, I do want this. And, you know, I was one of the youngest on my course. I was on this course with like 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds. Some of them have already got businesses. Like, some of them were even like millionaires. So when I did it, I was a bit intimidated, but everyone always said, like, Lydia, you've got this really good business idea. Like, you've just got, like, people just said you're going to go far. And whole life, I've always felt lost because I gave up my actual true passions, which was theatre and performing arts. That's why when I was in uni, I found dance again, and it was so good because it was like a bit of me came back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I went on a little bit, but like, yeah, so when I did that degree, the course, business, I did my whole course based on my diabetes app that I want to create. And then, unfortunately, because of Corona, towards the end, it was just really hard to fulfill what I needed to do. I haven't given up on it. Obviously, it's just been a bit of a setback. But this year, my goals are to just set up my 3 businesses solidly and then just hope for the best.
I was going to ask, how has COVID affected? Because you got 3, yeah, like you said. I am type 1.
Yeah.
Paradiso, desi, and lashes unleashed.
It was so frustrating, like, for the government to have said shut down all restaurants and bars. Obviously, we get it, Corona. But,
yeah.
Like you said, so the way it's affected Paradiso, so we're quite lucky in the sense of the landlord that we were paying He's really generous. He's given us a huge discount to pay the rent. The only conditions that he had, because of course he's got to pay for his living wages or whatever, he was like, if I give you a big discount, could you pay for Paradiso Desi's rent up front for like a year? So Paradiso Desi, we've actually paid for the rent of that place right up until next year January. So
sick.
Yeah, so what's actually really good is technically me and my business partners were not actually worried until it comes to January, if that makes sense, because pardon me, and because we've obviously paid it up front. That was the only outgoings that we were worried about, rent. At the same time, we don't need to order in stock. Obviously, we don't need to pay staff. No electricity is being used. So at the moment, we're like, chill. I did start up Lashes Unleashed because it was generally eating away at me that I was doing nothing. Like I was unemployed anyway before Corona happened. So I'm not gonna lie, I had no motivation to go find a job because I was like, well, it's not gonna happen. I have so many friends that have lost jobs trying to get jobs. It's not happening. No way. There are jobs going. Like it's not that there isn't any, but I just thought, you know what? Let me try this myself. Lashes Unleashed. If it doesn't work, I tried. If it works, hallelujah. Do you know what I mean? But I just feel like sometimes in life I get really random signs. So there was a show. Oh God, I think it's called Fast Fashion. I'm not sure what it's exactly called, but I think it was that. And it was just a random documentary on the founder of I Saw It First. Just a random documentary on this guy who started this fashion brand. And, you know, he was only 22. He started from his bedroom and now within a year is a millionaire, and it's just blown. And it was just crazy to me how, and he's a male, he's not even a woman who knows anything about clothing. And it's just the fact that the message that I took from that was that you can actually do anything if you just put your mind to it. Like you can.
Yes.
And like even my brother was like, oh, but why are you gonna do lashes? It's a lockdown. Where they're gonna go? Da, 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 da. And I'm like, that's the same with all these Pretty Little Thing Boohoo. They're making so much money. Why are people ordering clothes? Where they go?
Exactly. But also, like, I feel that there is a market for it because girls right now are like getting dressed up just to take pics for like their gram, and they want to still look nice. They still want to feel cute. Also, I think your lashes are quite affordable, like in comparison to the quality that you get in like high street.
Do you know what? Like, and for me, it's more than just the lashes. Like, even like the packaging, I really thought about different, what would be nice, because it's the whole experience, isn't it? Like,
yes,
you know, with me, when I get a package, I want to feel like, ooh, this is like cute. Like, oh my god, goodies. Just a quick one about I am type 1. That one, I'm always working on it. It's not really a problem, but I am type 1. It's been difficult because it's a medical thing. I cannot just be releasing information that's not accurate.
Yeah.
And on top of that, out of all the businesses, I am type 1 is the most credible in the sense of, if that is successful, that is literally the difference of me being a normal, ordinary person to a millionaire. Like, generally, it has that much value in it. I've been told so many times, like, if you get this correct, like, this is a life-changing thing. I can't necessarily talk to people about exactly what it is because people feel the idea. Like, that's how big it is, really. So I've been working really hard to get it right so that when I do go to the big investors, rather than, oh, Lydia, you need to go back and fix this, fix that, because I've been told that about 20 times, and it is a bit like, it's a bit not off-putting but discouraging. Like every time I'm feeling amped up, they're like, oh, but there's a grey area here, you need to do this, you need to do that, and I'm like, ugh.
yeah
But everything happens for a reason, and I'd rather be told now than when I go to the big dogs, it's straight up, okay, here we go, we're doing it.
Yes, that's amazing. I want to talk a little bit more about what goes into a business like Lashes Unleashed. Mentioned like sourcing the stuff, the packaging. Like, how long was that process from like the idea to the launch?
Essentially, I think for every business idea, research is like the main thing. Like, you have to research. So what I actually did, I just typed in Google lashes suppliers, and there was thousands of suppliers. One stood out to me, I don't know why. think it's called SY Beauty, a bit of a random company, but hey ho. I stumbled across a website that not only do they provide the lashes, but there's a one-on-one person that directly deals with you on WhatsApp. And I really like the fact that I can communicate with this supplier who's not in the same country as me so instantly, professionally, quickly. So ultimately, if you want to start a business and it requires a supplier, you need to see whether their products are even good enough. So the first thing I did was order a sample. So I actually looked at the lashes. So they sent it to me, the ones that I liked. I looked into it. I literally picked them apart, see the quality of it. I tested them out, see if they really do last 25 goes. This is now like the 15th. So they do what they say they do at the moment. And then what happens? So I was quite lucky. Yeah. Another thing is with these suppliers, they do everything. So not only do they provide the lashes, like they made my packaging.
Oh, that's
yeah.
good.
And they like printed out my logo. I designed the logo myself, and they just said, look, when you're ready, send us your logo and we'll put it on all your products. See, that was something I didn't know they could even do. Like I was thinking, oh, once I get the products, I need to find a way to put my own stamp on it. Like they engraved my logo onto the applicators. I thought this is some high level, you know, I thought they'll just slap a sticker on it. But yeah, like, so that's why research is really important, because there are loads of suppliers out there that will just send you what you want, but then you've now got to go find someone else to do all the labeling for you. So essentially I made my life easier by just getting it all done in one go. I'm very into, they say if you want to be successful, you just got to copy what someone else who is successful has done. So I looked at Tatty Lashes. They're actually the leading lash online sellers at the moment, because another thing that made me go into lashes, I was like, I don't know a lash company that's like as big as Pretty Little Thing. So they're quite successful right now, but they're the only lash brand in the game. The rest are just in the high streets, but I'm trying to be like up there. Like I want, you know, the Kardashians to holler me, yo, I want your lashes. That's my goal. So what I did, I studied my competitors. I looked at their websites, I looked at their lashes, I looked at what they do, everything. And I was like, okay, let me try not only replicate, but obviously make it better. Because at the end of the day, a lot of businesses, they copy each other, but you just add that one little thing that makes yours different. So my thing at the moment is I'm all about the unleashing your baddie. Like that's my thing. That's the line, unleash the baddie, and it's to make you feel good. And the whole luxury side of things. I also haven't seen another lash brand that puts in so much into their packaging, and literally from the actual lash packaging and even what comes through your door. I really thought about every detail, because the main thing about a successful business is customer retention. Like you gotta make the customer feel like I'm gonna buy off these people again.
Yeah.
So yeah, study your competitors, and then really you've just got to now put it into play. Like you've just got to keep building, finding techniques. I've literally purchased over about 5 marketing books because I'm just obsessed with how can I build, how can I grow. Yeah, so that's my next kind of goal now. I'm just trying to build the following, build the exposure, and then just amplify, keep going.
Amazing. I can definitely see you doing some sort of like marketing coaching online course kind of thing. You know, when it's taken off, I can see that happening.
I've seen lots of brands do it now lately, where they're selling just knowledge that you actually technically can just get for free off Google, but it's the fact that people want to learn from you specifically, and it's amazing. Like obviously it would have to be a future thing, because I wouldn't want to sell an ebook when I haven't necessarily gone up and above. Another thing is, I mean, let's be real. If you get an influencer to just slap that on their story, it does help a lot. Exposure is a big thing. Do you know what I mean? Before I spend lots of money on Instagram ads, Facebook ads, I'm like, no, let me try do this organically first. And that was what I saw as well from the I Saw It First documentary, how he built his company based on paying lots of celebrities, literally. And he, as much as it was a big, you know, investment at the start, like he said, all he kept seeing his bank account was doing minus, minus, minus. And a lot of his family was saying, look, you can't just keep paying these celebrities. Like, it's like, no, trust me, it's gonna blow. And in a year, 0 to 1 million, like that's crazy.
Yeah, but it's influencer marketing is a tool that like every business can thrive off of, because like everyone is on Instagram. Like I watch YouTube more than I watch TV. Like I don't even watch TV, I'm on Netflix. But that just shows like it's all about our devices and like being literally mobile. Like you're out in the post office, but you're still on Instagram, you know, like where your attention is. And they've like, you know, there's ads on YouTube now and it pisses me off. I'm trying to just watch like some Lauryn Hill speaking some wisdom, and then there's ads like 5 times in one video, but it's like they're trying to reach the consumers because they can.
It's so true. Like you just got to be really like, you got to be able to adapt to your environment around you. So me doing lashes on leash was me adapting, okay, I need an online business, something that does not require like people to physically, like Paradiso, you can't come see me, fine. I am type 1, it's not going to apply to non-diabetics, so I need something that's just generic, cute, something to keep my mind going as well. So yeah.
How do you find motivation? See, if you're self-employed, every day is different and sometimes people will struggle.
Do you know what? Instagram has helped a lot because I follow a lot of inspirational pages. There's something different in each post that just reminds me why I'm back in it. So like you said, being self-employed, every day is different. Like yesterday, I didn't have a bad day, but I just had a bit of a mopey day, like where I was like lazy, not doing anything. And when you don't do anything, it makes me feel so down. So the way I motivate myself is I have to read affirmations. I recently purchased a book where each day there's a message. So it's a lot of reading, and there's a lot of, you got to manifest how you want to start your day, if that makes sense. Because like I never used to believe that before, like if you say something, it helps. Like if you affirm that you're gonna have a good day today, that it's gonna happen. I thought that's a bunch of rubbish. But if you wake up and I read on Instagram, hey, you're doing okay today, keep working hard, I'm proud of you. One of those random quotes, wow, that made me feel good today, kind of thing. And I'm a bit childish. Like I don't know if you've watched it on Disney yet. It's a movie called Soul.
Yes.
That movie, I watched it. It made me cry. That movie was like, it opened my eyes, and I just thought, well, damn. Things like that are such good reminders. So I don't always need to be reminded every day. But when I watch a movie like that, it kind of set my tone for the month. I was like, okay, wow. You know, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. You're so right about affirming when you wake up, like today's going to be a good day, because it's all like your life is all in your head. You know, it's about perception, and people let a bad hour turn into a bad day. You know, shit happens for everyone, but it's about your perception and being able to say, yeah, this has happened and it's not great, but I'm still going to make the most of the rest of the time that I have. You know, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, the day after, next year, whatever. You got to romanticize your life. Do you know what I mean?
No, you're so correct. And like for me, motivation is, like I said, this is what I said to you earlier before our conversation started, like your mental health is almost like a game. Now I'm not disregarding people that have mental health issues and it's like, oh, you're just weak. Like I get it, there are different realms of it, but I'm talking in the sense of, to me it's a game, because it's like if you feed into the fact that, oh, life is shit or then it's going to play you and it's going to eat away at you and you're losing yourself, right?
Yeah.
And if you just, nah, I'm here, I'm healthy, I'm alive, you've just, without realizing, you fixed just your mental being. Like you've got to like feed yourself the fuel. because you know, it's not like, as much as we all depend on someone, you can't always rely on someone to check on you every day, or give you motivation, like call me every day, Lydia, I'm so proud of you. No one's gonna do that, especially now in Corona when everyone's going through their own thing right now.
What are some of your goals for the year?
So number one, I want to get my body in form, just to be a bit more fitter and healthier. Like, so as you know, I'm diabetic. I've got type 1 diabetes. So there's no break for me in terms of medications. Like, I inject myself 4 times a day. I check the levels over 6 times a day. It's a repetitive like thing, and there's always times where I'm like, oh, can't be bothered, and I don't do it. Like, there was a time where I was not injecting, and what's scary about diabetes is because it's such a subtle condition, in the sense of you won't see the immediate effects. It will slowly, like, I was getting really really skinny in uni, and when my mum saw me for the first time, she saw me, she burst out crying. I'm like, Mum, do you miss me that much? I was like, no, Lydia, you look like ill, like you don't look well. And from that moment, it made me think, wow, I need to change my life, because the scary thing about diabetes is the more you don't look after yourself, the more your inside is being damaged. And one of the main things that happens when you don't look up is amputation. And there was a few months ago, I couldn't feel my feet, and I literally started crying, and I was panicking. I was Googling it. They were like, you know, some diabetics lose senses in their feet. It's an early sign of bad sugar control. And the thought of me having no feet, as you know, I love dance. I was like, oh my God. Like, just the fact that I take walking for, like, as an advantage, that it hit me. So one of my goals is to really look after myself, like, properly this year. So that's number one. Look after my health in general. Just want to be fitter and be really body confident. Like, I've never, like, growing up in school, I was actually really overweight, like obese. I got really badly bullied for it. Like, I would avoid going to school. I would come home crying my eyes out. And I don't know whether this, like, when I was diagnosed with diabetes at 14, it was also really hard, because when people hear diabetes, they think, haha, because she's fat. And what was sad is I've got the kind that's genetic, like, it's got nothing to do with my diet, nothing to do with what I ate. Like, even doctors said, look, it's a genetic default in your body. It was gonna happen, and it was gonna, like, there was no way of avoiding it. So it was hard for young teenagers to understand that I had type 1, not type 2 diabetes. So I got even more bullied for that. So it was tough. Then, because I wasn't doing my medication right, I lost so much weight. I went, but it was unhealthy. Now, for the first time ever, so I've never ever been happy with my body, and it's not until the last 2-3 years I'm now normal. But now I just want to be able to wear a bikini and be like, yeah, I'm happy. So fitness, my health. I would love for my 3 businesses to actually be off the ground and doing well. I don't really want to go into like a 9-5 job. It honestly, Rachel, like, I don't know what it is for me. It really depresses me when I work. Like, I don't know what it is.
Same. And I've always been really bad at having a boss. I just could never sustain a job. I'd never got fired from a place, but I could never, like, sustain a job for very long. And also, if I worked, like, just little jobs, like cinema, Wagamamas, like food places, and it was just not in alignment with what I'm meant to be doing, you know? So it just literally sucks the soul out of you.
It's a shame. Like, sometimes you do need to work a 9-5 just to get to where you want to be. But I feel sorry for people that think that that's life. Like, obviously, unless you want to be a doctor, police, something to do of serving people, and it's a genuine passion, good on you. Like, that to you shouldn't be work. That should be a passion. Like, some people say, you know, when you find something you love, it's not working. And I really believe that. But if you're working for the sake of working, and it's like you're just upset about it, it's sad, because a lot of people get comfortable and then it's too late and you're stuck, kind of thing. But yeah, another goal is, do you know what? I think that's it. And just to be happy and healthy. Like, last year, I had a lot of health scares. Like, my dad's been in and out of hospital more times than I can count. Like, my dad had many issues health-wise, but he's okay now, thank God. He always pulls through. There was a cancer scare with my mom.
Oh goodness.
Thank God it was not cancer, so hallelujah to that. So like I just would really love for this year to be a happy, healthy one. Last one, I'm gonna put more dance content out there because I know I don't do it, but it's because I'm so self-critical. But now I'm like, you know what, I don't care anymore. Like, just do it.
Yeah, and I think it's really important to not let perfectionism destroy your creativity and destroy your art form, because there's stuff that I've posted, and even not just photos and dance videos. At the time, I was so analytical of it, and I was like tearing it apart. And then I was just like, right, well, do you know what? I'm just going to post it because I'm never going to be perfect. You know, there's always going to be something that I don't like, but the chances are other people probably won't even see the things that I'm seeing, you know? But I've posted those things, like remembering how at the time I was like, oh, I'm proud of it, but it's not my best. And then I look back and I'm like, I looked really pretty that day, but all I could think about was the fact that my eyebrows were really like not symmetrical. Do you know what I mean? And I was just thinking, we spend so much of our time putting negative energy onto ourselves. Complete waste.
And it's so sad. And do you know what? When you do finally do it, and you like you said, you have that realization of why was I so critical? But no, 100%. Like, don't ever let creativity be locked up, really. Like, even my best friend, she always like, Lydia, your choreography is good, like it's different, but you always, because I have this thing where when I choreograph music, I always put myself down, oh, this is rubbish. She was like, Lydia, it is good, but you're just like, I actually choreograph to a lot of beats, and sometimes to me it feels really messy. Like, she was like, Lydia, every choreographer is different, you don't understand. Like, if you want to be slow and not hit all these beats, that's you. Why do you care? It's not. And I'm like, wow, like, you're right. Like, I need to just shut up and just do it.
Yeah, and you just got to really do you. For me this year, I'm just trying to be my most authentic self, you know, in like all aspects. And I saw this quote, and it was something like, the world needs you to be who you were meant to be. And it came to me at a time when I was like being such a people pleaser, trying so hard, and you know, I was just thinking about the opinions of others, and I saw this quote.
You're not wrong. Like, I think what's really humbling and nice to know, like, I always see, wow, we've survived 2020. People haven't looked into their lives and just at least found a purpose or learnt something. Like, that's worrying, because you can't base your life on the outside. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, there are some babies that were born in lockdown and all they know is inside. Like, they don't know any people without masks because that's what they were introduced to the world to. They're now gonna find a happiness or something that makes them happy while they're indoors, because that's what they were introduced to. And that's how you gotta see, like, us being in lockdown. Okay, you're right, we don't have access to restaurants, bars, swimming pools, cinema, blah, holiday. You've now got to find what makes you happy inside. To me, it made me think, wow, was I really just relying on all these parties and stuff to be happy? No, like, you need to look at yourself in the reflection and realize, okay, what is it that makes me and happy?
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining us on the Woman Weapon podcast.
We love it. No, this was really fun. I'm never going to forget this, because I'm really flattered that you even asked me, or just take the time out of your day to talk to me. Thank you so much, Rachel, for your time.
That's okay. And you are the epitome of a woman weapon.